All right, we're live, and Dean, you can take it away.
Okay, welcome to our Municipal Heritage Club or Municipal Heritage Committee meeting. I'm going to ask for a roll call. So maybe what I'll do is I will call out your name and you can say whether you're present or not. Mark Caruso.
Here.
Nicole Curry. Okay. David Ellis.
Here.
Mark Jones.
Here.
Sean Meads.
Here.
Malcolm Morrison. Harvey Robbins. Matthew Scott. And Jamie Van Haften. Okay, that gives us a quorum of 7, Virginia. I would now ask for an approval of our minutes from last meeting. Everyone had a chance to read them. Any comments or questions on the minutes?
You just want to vote half this?
Okay, may I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
David, okay. Seconder?
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you, Mark. All in favor? Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
Before we proceed, we have to do a recorded vote, so we have to call out everybody's name again,
Oh, okay.
for and against.
All right. So I'm going to just call out the names of those who are present, of course. Mark Caruso.
4.
David Ellis.
4.
Dean Greenwood is 4. Mark Jones.
4.
Sean Meads.
4.
Jamie Van Haften.
4.
Okay, that's unanimous. Now we can move on to item number 3, Virginia.
Yes.
Anyone have a declaration of pecuniary interest? None noted. And now why we're here, our new business. 143 McGregor, a roof replacement. Everyone got their package and saw the request. Any questions at all, we can direct them to Virginia. She's been on site and took those pictures. No questions. I think it was very self-explanatory.
Did the committee have a preference as far as the 2 color samples she provided? Currently, it's a brown-orange color. So, or are either acceptable to the committee?
Speaking for myself, Virginia, either is acceptable to me.
I would agree with that. Virginia, I just got one question. On the, it may be just the image, but on the turret, it looks like there's cedar shakes. Are those shakes or are those actually shingles?
They're only doing the back section. So she just provided a front of the house. So if you look at the front of the house, there's cedar shake on the turret. Those aren't being replaced. There's also a metal roof on 2 faces around the turret. That is remaining. The only replacement that's happening would be asphalt shingles for asphalt shingles. So in the second photo, you see kind of the back side of the roof. So that section will get done, and there's another piece off the other side that needs to be replaced.
Okay. And I mean, just, I'm assuming, but none of this is mentioned in the designation report. So it's more of a formality more than anything, right?
Yeah, they do mention asphalt shingles in there. So there were asphalt shingles at the time it was designated. So yeah, so again, I explained to her that when it comes time to do any of the cedar shake in that it would have to be like for like. So this is more of a formality so that she can proceed with her color selection. And then the second piece that she's looking for as well is, if you look at the back, the very last page, there's a picture of the back of the house. There's a single story extension off the back, which is currently their kitchen area. They would like to put a little patio area off the top that would be safe for them to access. So that's another piece that we'd like to have the committee or a committee member potentially go out and look to see if there is any concerns. She didn't want to get too far into any detailed drawings or stuff if that's something that the committee doesn't want to look at, just so she doesn't get too far down a road. So if there's any comments on that as well. So I don't know if we want to do the resolution first for the replacement of the asphalt shingling and then get on to the discussion with the little seating
The
area
railing.
on top. So the resolution that I read was resolved that the Sault Ste. Marie Municipal Heritage Committee approved 143 McGregor to replace the existing asphalt shingles with new, I guess in this case, either driftwood or glacier asphalt shingles, and that be approved. So we need a mover and a seconder, and then we have to do a full roll call.
So I will move that. It's Jamie speaking.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. And a seconder?
It's Mark Caruso. I can second that.
Okay, and then now we'll do a recorded vote.
Okay, thanks.
Mark?
Yeah, bye.
Or
David?
or
Mark? Jones?
Four.
John Meads? And Jamie Van Haften?
4.
And I am for it as well.
Okay, perfect. So then as far as discussion on the back of the extension, so she kind of looked, below is a picture of a bit of a railing, so I think she's looking at something similar to that would be just around the back section. They would be putting down some, so it's a flat roof there, so they'd be putting down kind of a decking material just low, kind of below the profile, just to obviously be able to walk on and provide proper drainage and that. And then a railing would have to be installed if they're going to use it as a patio off the back of the second level.
Any comments or questions?
in the photo, there's either a door or a window there. Is that a door or a window? Do you know?
It's a door, she said.
It's a door. So was there ever a railing around that area to begin with?
Not that I can see or could tell. So there may have been at one point years ago. There is, if you can tell in the photo too, the size of that roof at the top was, the size of the addition was smaller. So there has been a newer expansion or addition that was added on at a, later than what was original. So you can see the change in the brickwork if you look to the right-hand side of that photo. So yeah, I don't know. There may have, I mean, I think it was used as a deck at one point and probably code requirements changed.
Yeah, but given if there's any mention of that in the designation report, you can always play the heritage card, right? And that's why I'm curious, with the addition of this railing, is it going to change what's mentioned in the designation report or any of the architecture that goes along and is described in that designation report?
I'm just, the references that I have in here, it says a single-story kitchen is to the rear west of the house. The section has received an addition of the same height to extend the single portion the full width of a house. A low pitch shed roof covers this section. So that's been changed to a flat roof. Where stands alone. I didn't. Those are phase under pattern. The roof of which, no, that's the front porch. Yeah, there wasn't, I remember going through it and I didn't pick up anything that said, that there may have been a patio up there at one point or not. Just the reference that there had been an addition completed to that single story.
It looks like the door was originally there when they put the addition on,
Yes, yeah.
so there was access.
Yeah, I think they're just looking at trying to take advantage of that space. She said their backyard's fairly small and that they were hoping to be able to take advantage of that outdoor space.
My opinion is if it's going to be like wood construction for the deck and whatever, it's not something that's really going to dramatically change the structure of the house. So it could be removed if it needed to be in the future. Like a deck is somewhat temporary. So I wouldn't want them to damage too much and tie into the existing building that much. I could see a few anchors and things. I don't know, just an opinion.
I'd like to say too, it's also a safety feature. I mean, they do have a door access there.
Mm-hmm.
So what I had told her that if the committee's in favor of her proceeding with it, she would then get some more details for the committee to look at. So that would come back to the committee kind of to take a quick review of what it looks like. As far as the example she showed in the railing, does anybody have any concerns with that style of railing?
Actually, could you tell her not to put a lot of detail into it? It's more the size and location, I think. The trouble is every time you go back to whoever her designer is, it's going to cost you more money again, and I don't want it to go onerous.
Yeah, and she hasn't went yet just because we wanted to make, that's why I had told her not to spend a lot of time getting it done right now until we wanted to get some feedback from the committee so that they start in the right direction from the beginning of the process. So just a simple railing as possible.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Virginia, in situations like this, I would think it really, at least my opinion, it wouldn't be our committee that should be making that decision. Like, she should be hiring somebody to review that designation report and provide some sort of professional opinion as to if that railing is going to impact that whole thing. And then that way, you know, the onus isn't on us. I think we look at it from a very high level, but I would think if she's seriously going to do this, then I think she should hire somebody that's qualified to make that decision. And then we would, you know, carry our recommendation based on that professional opinion. I think too often things come to this committee to make that decision when, you know, again, I haven't read the report. I don't know if this is going to have some sort of impact, whether it be immediate or long-term, but I would like somebody to review that on their behalf and bring that information to us.
And the report, the section of the report that kind of refers to kind of the architectural information, it is very short. It's literally a page and a half double spaced. A lot of it's on the history of the ownership. So the history of the ownership is fairly extensive. So there really isn't, it's not as detailed as some of the other reports when it comes to the architectural pieces of it.
Oh, so George. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Is there any other comments on this?
Yeah.
So is this something, Virginia, that we'll vote on to give her the consent to go ahead and bring something back to our committee?
Yeah, we can pass a resolution to do that. So I guess we could say the resolve, the Sault Ste. Marie Municipal Heritage Committee is in favor of the addition of a patio or a rooftop patio, and that details should be brought back to the committee for further review.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Okay, so may I have a mover for that motion? I'll move it. And a seconder, please?
I'll second it. It's Jamie.
Okay, thanks, Jamie. And now we'll do a vote roll call. Mark Crusoe,
Or
David Ellis,
Or
Mark Jones,
Or
Sean Meads,
or
Jamie Van Haften,
4.
and I am for.
Perfect. Then I guess that is it for now.
Oh, so every time.
So our next meeting is probably when something comes up.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So we're down to number 9 on the agenda, which is adjournment. I need a motion to adjourn.
It'll be fine.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mark. Seconder?
I'll second that. Mark Jones.
Okay, thank you, Mark. And then we'll have to do a roll call on that. Mark Caruso,
Or
David Ellis,
Or
Mark Jones,
Or
Sean Meads,
John's against.
Jamie,
4.
and Dean is for.
Sorry, that should be 4 on my account. I had some issues.
Okay, thank you.
I like, what else?
Well, thank you, everyone.
What banking?
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Take care.
And
All right.
enjoy the long weekend or holiday coming up.
Okay, thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.